Ricky. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm blessed this morning. How you feeling, man? Great pick.
Man, I'm
love this.
blessed and highly favored, man. You know, I love that song, Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. Through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. Neither shall the flame kindle upon you. In essence, God's got you. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life. Never lose sight of the fact that God never has a lapse of memory where the plight of his people are concerned. Whatever you're going through, God knows all about it. And he's already made provisions for you to come out of it. Keep your head up and don't be discouraged or dismayed. But just remember that God knows your name. There's a story of a lady who was having a hard time. She didn't have food in her house, but she was praising God, and she had a habit as she was praising God of saying her name so loud that it disrupted the neighbors. One of her neighbors was an atheist, and he was so upset that he came over and said, I'm going to call the police if you don't stop this. But she kept going at it. She kept calling his name, and she kept calling her name back to God. And then the atheist comes over and says, listen, if you don't stop this, how about this? If you will stop calling his name, I tell you what I'll do. Let's make a deal. If by 12 noon tomorrow, if your God doesn't show up, will you please stop calling his name? And if he shows up, you can call his name and I'll even start believing in him. She said, you got a deal. Well, all night that night, that woman was praising God and calling her name back to God. The atheist felt so sorry for her. He's like, that woman that lost her mind. She's sitting in that house with those kids and no grocery. He went that next morning and brought groceries, filled his car up with a bunch of groceries. He came to the door with the groceries in the car, knocked on the door at 12 noon and said, did your God show up yet? She said, not yet, but I'm still believing he's going to do it. He said, woman, I told you your God couldn't do it. But anyway, because I felt sorry for you, I went to the grocery store and bought the groceries, seen your children out to get them. She started praising God even more, Ricky. She said, I tell you what, my God not only did it, but he made the devil bring it. It doesn't matter how God blesses you as long as he blesses you. So give him glory. You never know how he's going to get a blessing in your life.
Golly, that's powerful. Man, Bishop, that's a good word right there. All those little nuggets you always give us, man, we be remembering those. Just keep uplifting the name of God. That's why we praise him every single morning right here on this show. Hey, Bishop.
Yep.
You know, one time I was in line at Burger King and my ATM card declined, and I started worshiping, and somebody was in a hurry, and they said, look, man, I'll go ahead and pay for your Burger King because I need to go. So the man came up there and paid for my food. That's what that made me think about. I'm just kidding. Man, you have a great day. Better get off the phone with me, man, because you know I'm crazy. Hey, love you, man.
Have a good day, y'all.
Hey, have a blessed
too.
day. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So the question is, are we having a conversation about, is it ever okay for non-black people to use the N-word? Rickey Smiley Morning Show, good morning.
As a white person, absolutely not. It is never okay. It should never be said.
No, it's never okay, man. They need to chill out with all that, man. We the only ones that can say it. They don't need to say it. Appreciate it.
No, never, and they know it.
That word was created to tear our race down maliciously, and now we want to accept it, and they don't want somebody who created the word to use it. Don't want to use that word at all.
I don't even think black people should use it, to be honest with you. And then at the same time, I guess if the context, if they're trying to give a lesson, then maybe they could just say N-word instead of actually saying, the N-word.
Hell no, it is not okay for anyone to use the N-word.
All right, y'all. Hey.
No.
What you say, Brad?
Hell no, it is not okay. All right now.
So,
and that was a white guy, Ricky. One of them was a white man saying that he knows that it's inappropriate.
Right. So what do you, Gary?
Because I don't want y'all throwing rocks. But my thing, like they said once, people said once before, if we would stop using the word around other races and stuff, maybe they would stop using the word. But we use the word, honey, as a crutch word. And, and no, it's not right, but it happens.
I think we use it because it just sounds, it flows, the sentence flows better. And if you don't use it, it keep you from getting jumped on.
Right.
Exactly.
It's just
You feel what I'm
inappropriate.
saying about this? Like, yeah, ain't gonna mess with him. He cool. He down.
But like they say though too, but if you sit there and let the word affect you, then that's where it's at power.
It was meant to affect you. Like that caller said, that word was used to oppress Black people. And we have decided, especially the younger generation, a newer generation, has decided to take the word back, and we use it. And now the older generation doesn't agree.
But one say there's a GA and there's an ER at the end. That what makes the difference.
But if you're white, you can't say NI.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say none of it.
Yeah.
No matter how you end it, you can't start it.
Yeah, so, I mean, but like I said, if you let it work against you, because, I mean, I was called many names hell growing up, so the F word and this and that, it didn't bother me.
But it's still wrong, Gary.
Well, it's wrong, but if I accept that, then I'll govern myself accordingly, but no, I don't.
How do you feel, Ricky? Like, if a white guy said the N-word to you, and like, just joking or just, how would you feel?
Talking about me? Mm-hmm. Tell me if somebody white said it.
Yeah.
No, and they ain't gonna ever get that comfortable because I give off a vibe and an aura that they would never ever feel comfortable using it anyway. And when I'm on the elevator, people clutch their purse and everything. People ain't that comfortable around me because my demeanor when I move through the airport and when I'm around other races or whatever, I don't think nobody would ever feel that comfortable. And I don't let nobody get that comfortable and get too familiar with me in order to say something like that. All right, man, let us know what you think. If you can't get through, hit us up on our on Rickey Smiley Morning Show Facebook page, Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. Y'all, the segment is being brought to you by CreditRepair.com. Don't let your low credit score keep you from getting the things that you want. So for free credit evaluation, credit report, and score, go to CreditRepair.com. That's CreditRepair.com. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. A California court has once again thrown out Wade Robson's sexual abuse lawsuit against Michael Jackson's estate. Man, leave him alone. Leave that man alone.
Right.
According to TMZ, Judge Mark A. Young ruled in favor of MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures, dismissing Robson's sexual abuse lawsuit on summary judgment. Now, in dismissing the case, the judge ruled that Robson couldn't prove the companies had the liability to control Jackson's conduct or the companies had any fiduciary duty to protect Robson while he was with MJ in the 90s. My goodness, let it go. If it's been dropped that many times, bruh, it's time to let it go. You done did a TV show, you done did a documentary, you done, whatever. It ain't gonna happen for you, bruh. So figure out another way to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, in other Jackson news, now, Gary, you here with me right now? Listen to this. Now, Justin Timberlake, didn't he recently come out and say he did know about Janet Jackson's little costume malfunction, wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah, and he apologized to her and he apologized to Britney at the same time, supposedly.
Let me tell you why, because people was going to start bringing it up, so he had to come on out because he was finna get the cover taken off of him. To see the producers behind Framing Britney Spears documentary is working on a documentary about Janet Jackson's infamous 2004 Super Bowl incident. Now, according to Page 6, a source says it's going to be all about the fallout and the lawsuits and who messed over Janet at Viacom. Now, the sources added they're reaching out to everybody who was involved, including the dancers, stylists, directors, and everybody. Now, no word if Janet or Justin Timberlake will participate in the documentary because Janet is actually working on her own two-part documentary premiering on Lifetime and A&E next year. But a source close to Justin said this is unfortunately about the 10th one of these, but hopefully they will include all sides. Well, he already said that he did it recently. He sure didn't say that when it happened. He just left her hanging out to dry. That's why I don't fool with him. Because I was at that Super Bowl with Janie and Janet, and we was all sitting up in the little boxes. Justin Timberlake was with Cameron Diaz back then. We was all sitting up in the boxes. Cameron Diaz had on Uggs. That was the first time I saw a white person wear Uggs with fur in them in the summertime. I'm like, why you got on fur boots in the summertime? I didn't understand. Right. And then we was watching the show, and that happened with the thing coming off, and I was like, oh my God, what happened? But JD was back there with Janet, but he never told me what happened, but I still feel like Justin Timberlake could have said more. And since that, I just don't fool with him like that. So
I feel you, man. I've been kind of like in my feelings about it. Just kind of like one of those things that had happened. You're like, okay, that's not me.
And you ain't gonna
right
say
there.
nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing, just trying to protect yourself. They kicked her off the Grammys and did all kind of bad stuff to
like
her.
It was her fault.
She suffered the consequences for real. So if they did both know about it, that just wasn't fair and wasn't cool. Anyway, the documentary will air on FX and Hulu, so I can't wait to see it, because that's probably why he told on himself or say, he had something to do with it, because it's coming out now anyway, and the dancers and the producers and everybody gonna start talking about it. All right, y'all, we gonna wrap up the hot spot right there. What we got up next?
Because one breast then came out, the whole documentary for one breast, and Meg Thee Stallion and them doing all this stuff that they doing on stage, and y'all can do a whole documentary on a breast from the 90s.
And it wasn't even her whole breast.
A half a breast. A whole, boy, you know they must be thirsty for content. Golly.
Exactly. Coming up next, y'all, we got Special K with the man law violations. And watch out to some of them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time for news you positively absolutely cannot use. What else, Special K?
Okay, usually I do be lying, but I'm telling the truth today. Today's news is sponsored by gospel superstar Kirk Franklin's new clothing line, GrownLittleMan.com, where the slogan is, rock my suits, and when you get done, take it off and put it on your 6-year-old son. So, we want to make sure
He gonna kill you. He gonna kill you. You better be glad he ain't listening, because he'll show call up here.
Hey, he gonna have to reach up to choke me, though.
Because he got time. He play all, Kirk Franklin play all day.
Exactly. He got time and money, two things I ain't got enough of. All right, Rick, so here's what I'm telling the truth about. Now, I said I'm talking about black cars, right? So over the weekend, I heard something. I don't know whether it's a podcast or an excerpt or something, but I heard a black man over 40 years old of some national status, a black man say they was talking about cars, and he said that he didn't know what a Buick Regal was. He said, I never heard of that. I said, wait a minute. As Gary would say, this disturbed my whole spirit. How are you a black man over 40 years old and you don't know what the blackest car ever is?
Right.
If a Buick Regal ain't the blackest car ever,
right,
then what is the blackest car?
The Cutlass. The Cutlass.
I'm about to go down the list.
Well,
These are the blackest cars ever. The Buick Regal, the Cutlass Supreme.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Pontiac Grand Prix.
Right.
The Chevy Monte Carlo.
Oh, yeah.
The Cadillac triplets. The Cadillac Seville, the Cadillac Eldorado, and the Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Oh, God.
And the Sedan DeVille.
But, the Sedan DeVille is on the borderline because a lot of old white men would drive those. But in the 70s or the 80s, you couldn't buy a Cadillac Seville as a white man unless 4 black people signed on. They had to sign a letter and give it to you. And you had to take it to the dealership. You had to have a letter of verification for 4 black people for a white person to buy a Seville.
All the facts. Everything you're saying is a fact.
And that L-Dog, come on now. It ain't never been a white man ever that drove an L-Dog with that wheel on the back.
Yes, sir.
You remember when the reefer man would drive that L-Dog through the neighborhood, and he had a car phone.
Rest in peace, Thomas Smiley.
Thomas Smiley had one.
Man,
hey, Rick,
every 2 years, my Uncle Kid in Cleveland would trade them Cadillacs in. He had every last one of them.
Did he have a car phone?
Come to Birmingham to pick us up and take us to Cleveland in the damn Cadillac. We thought we was rich.
You was, but did he had a car phone in it?
No, we didn't have that.
Now,
the last one he probably did.
Now, the Oldsmobile 225, a.k.a. the Deuce and a Quarter.
The Deuce and a Quarter, yes, sir.
That Deuce and a Quarter, that's an Oldsmobile 225.
Okay, I just took the car phone out of I got a 90. I do have presently right now a 96 sedan DeVille. It's in the garage. My granddaddy gave it to me when my grandmama passed.
We all know the Cadillac. Yeah, we all know the Cadillac.
Yes, I drive. I go and get in front of funerals and drive in front of the hearse just because.
Okay, last ones. The Buick LeSabre, the Pontiac Bonneville, And then coming up into the more modern days, you got the Chrysler 300. You know that's a black car. That was even designed by a black man. Made it look like the poor man Rolls Royce. You got the Cadillac Escalade, the Lincoln Navigator, and of course, the car of choice of all thugs, hoodlums, and people on probation everywhere, the Dodge Charger and the Dodge Challenger.
Yes, sir.
Those are
They are in
the blackest.
They are in every episode of First 48. Is a Dodge Charger got something? If he in that Dodge Charger, he got something to do with that murder. Every single episode of First 48, you see a Dodge Charger got something to do with it.
If
when
he
I see
ain't
that
the killer,
car, I say, yeah.
If he ain't the killer, he know the killer.
He know the killer. You're right.
Ricky, you lead the funeral procession?
Yes, sir. In that Cadillac, I do. I've done about 3 of them. I always give a pastor a ride to the cemetery, drop him back off at the church for the repast. Hey, Eva, you think I'm lying? You can ask Beyonce now. You can ask Beyonce and start to listen. When my granddaddy died, I did drive my granddaddy's Cadillac in front of the hearse. It was pretty cool. I did, and then I got to the cemetery and pushed the emergency brakes down, and everybody left the cemetery, and I could not get the emergency brake back. I had to go on YouTube. And then we sitting there because my granddaddy's grave is right by the street. I'm sitting there up. I done got out of the car trying to figure out how to get the emergency brake off. The workers came and they was letting my granddaddy casket in the ground. I got the video. I'm about to post the video right now. If you think I'm lying.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Ricky, y'all, this is a very sad story, y'all, and I want y'all to listen very closely, y'all. Now, we all know, y'all, tennis great, y'all, Naomi Osaka, y'all. Now, she received the Best Female Athlete Award at the 2021, y'all, ESPY recently. Now, it's being reported, y'all, that, honey, Netflix, y'all, premiered the docu-series about the award-winning tennis player, and they're saying, y'all, that viewers were made privy to some of the uglier happenings, y'all, to go out in the public's eye, y'all. Now, it's being reported, y'all, that Miss Osaka, y'all, is apparently having her black card revoked, y'all, after she chose to play for Japan in the Olympics, y'all. Now, Miss Osaka, y'all, she's biracial. Her mother is Japanese and her father is Haitian. Now, they say she was born in Japan but raised in the United States. Now, some people, you know, that meant her loyalty, y'all, should have been with the USA, honey. People,
man, please.
She was born in Japan, though.
Yeah, but, honey, people, I mean, they say, honey,
her black card or her American card?
No, baby, they said her black card. And they said, now, her mama said she's been playing under the Japan flag since she was 14. She said it was never even a secret that I'm going to play for Japan for the Olympics, Osaka said, you know. And her mama spoke to Wall Street Journal, you know, saying that, you know, it was a natural choice because although her children were raised to know both of their racial heritage, she said they resonated more with the Japanese side. Now, quite simply, they're saying Naomi and her sister Maureen have always felt Japanese. So that was our rationale, her mama said. Now, Miss Osaka revealed that people revoked her black card.
Her black card?
Her black card, but struggled with the logic of it and felt that individuals were confused about how blackness transcends country of origin. Now, this is what she said. She said, I don't know, honey. I feel like people really don't know the difference, y'all, between nationality and race because there's a lot of black people in Brazil, but they're Brazilians. And she also noted, y'all, that African American is not the only presentation of blackness, unquote. And they're saying this girl, honey, she's under depression or whatever, you know, but you know how people do.
I'm just trying to figure out what black people going in on her because she's representing where she's actually from. You know what I'm saying? Because with all of the race relations and stuff going on in the United States or whatever, you know, I would go play for another damn country too sometimes. Or sometimes it's just not good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-American, but sometimes like if Haiti or somebody called and want me to you know, to play football or Africa or Jamaica or something, I'll go, you know, just to be in the Olympics, you know, because I'm pulling for the individual. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's sad, po thing, honey, but I mean, they said, do we all have black cards? I mean, because How do you take a black card?
Yeah. The only somebody can pull your black card is Snoop Dogg. He's the president of all of that. If Snoop Dogg didn't pull your black card, it ain't officially pulled. Snoop Dogg is the president of all cool ass black people.
Yes.
Period.
Don't get called a funky dog head.
Period.
All right.
Name somebody else, Brett. It's Snoop Dogg is our president.
Man.
Of cool blackness.
Yep, you're right.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Read it and then smoke.
Well, let's keep little Naomi lifted up in our prayers, y'all, because this is a sad thing, y'all. So we're going to follow this story, and hopefully she get a black card back or whatever they got from her. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all. Oh, while we're praying, let's continue to pray, y'all, for little Monroe Cannon. That's Mariah Carey's beautiful daughter, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that little Monroe Cannon, honey, is working, child. They say, honey, she's doing an gosh, new back-to-school campaign. Now, they're saying that the 10-year-old is following in her parents' footsteps because they say she's not afraid of the spotlight. Now, they're saying Monroe appears as her mom at age 10 and brings Mariah's inner monologue to life. Someday it's going to be different, Monroe said. She said the melodies that live in her head, someday that they'll live at the top of the charts, y'all. And this is a beautiful thing. But people are wondering, why is she working so early? I mean, there's no child support?
Oh my God! What child support? Well, you know how straight Nick and Mariah are. They're gonna make sure their kids are good. Okay, please don't child support. Oh
well,
my God! They don't need no child support. It don't matter, Gary. And she wants to do Oshkosh. That's why her mother's letting her do it. Like this is cute for her. She's following in her mother's footsteps.
Yeah, what about them other 6 children? You think they working?
Mariah has nothing to do with them. You talking about Mariah, right? Or you talking about Nick?
Mariah.
If you're talking about Nick, then you can talk about the other kids. But if you're talking about Mariah, my best friend, I'm going to chime in on that. And Monroe is good. She wants to be just like her mother. They sing all the time. They got the dopest voices. Her and oh my God, her and Rock and Roll. They straight. Don't worry about them, Gary.
Oh, good. Because I was
Carry
like,
on.
God, she working so
No.
Good. Well, congratulations, Monroe, honey. She looks good in a little Oshkosh commercial. All right, the color today. Thank you, Brad. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is mauve. On the high end, you say mauve, and on the low end, you say beautiful light brown. That's your color for today.
The color is gather. Gathered your ass.
That them rappers, see how them rappers act, Gary?
Oh, Ricky,
we gather.
You know I'm scared.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
What time?
Gary!
Right, T, joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, Rock, it's got to be funny.
A bear walks into a bar and says to the bartender, "I'll have a pint of beer." The bartender says, "Why the big paws?" "Oh, yeah, these? I've always had them."
Why the big paws?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The big paws.
Yeah, paws.
P-A-W-S, not
as opposed to P-A-U-S.
P-A-U-S-E. Is that called considered a homonym, antonym, or synonym?
It's a unfunny name.
None of them.
Whacking them.
You said what, Dave?
It's a none of them.
It's not even a double entendre.
It's
Come on,
nothing.
Ricky, for vocabulary.
Oh, man. Hey, I got one, Dave.
Tundra.
Since we had it. So,
God.
a horse walks in a bar, and the bartender say, "Hey, why the long face?"
It's old school right there, dog.
You know what? I got one, then. I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you call an Eskimo lesbian?
What do you call an Eskimo lesbian?
A Klondike. What would you do
for a Klondike bar? Thank you, Brad, for saving us. Come on, y'all. One time for Brad. She saved us, y'all. Come on. Come on. Yes, sir.
I love you, Bobby.
Say what, Brad?
I love you, Bobby.
Hey, Black Tony, what's the deal, man?
You're not gonna believe this. I'm so glad to be back right now.
What?
I'm so glad to be back to work right now.
You ain't never came.
Cause look,
you ain't came. What?
Listen what happened yesterday, son.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get through this without getting too emotional. But shawty, look, I was locked in a storage unit.
You was what?
19. I was locked in a storage unit for 19 hours.
In a storage unit?
Yo.
Tell me the U-Haul ones?
Yo, the night before last, we went to the storage to get something for my grandma about her storage unit.
Yeah.
And back in there, I'm going to try to be funny, and I was in there, and I had turned my back around, and they going to pull the door down and lock it. Talking about we going to be back in a few minutes, because they know I got...
What he said, Rock?
He said he got locked in a storage unit.
And Pancake and them did what?
They pulled it down. They pulled the door down and locked it, shouted. And they know it was dark in there, and they know I got claustrophobia.
Yeah.
And shouted. And I started having
hyperventilating. Yeah.
I started having a panic attack, shouted. And it was about 4 or 5 in the morning. And I told them, I said, y'all know I got to go to work. And they had left. Shouted. They had pulled off. And you know, it was the one on the inside of the storage unit.
Yeah. Yeah, the creepy
ones. I just started praying. Shouted. After about 3 hours, my phone battery died. I started praying to everybody in the Bible, shouted.
Who all did you pray to? Who all did you talk about in the Bible? Who all did you pray to?
I prayed to all of them, Matthew and Luke and John and Chris, Tony and Daryl.
Who Chris?
All the Jesus disciples.
What's the name of some of Jesus' disciples?
Marcus, Alex, Jimmy, Greg. I prayed to all of them.
No, sir. Fred, come get this boy, man. Go and take the day off, Black Tony.
Lawrence.
Who?
Lawrence, Elliot.
Nah, bro, them ain't none of Jesus' disciples.
Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces.
Yeah, they are.
No, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Nah, you lying, bro.
Taurus.
Who?
Taurus.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's saying Cardi B done it again, honey. Now, Cardi B recently, y'all, gifted her husband Offset with a rare, y'all, Lamborghini for his 29th birthday. Now, according to TMZ, they're saying, y'all, that Cardi bought the rapper a Lambo Aventador SVJ63, and they're saying it only costs a little bit more than $600,000, and they're saying it's one of the most exclusive Aventadors ever produced.
I'm gonna go buy one for me, Eva, and Brett.
Oh, yes, because all y'all can ride in there, honey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. They're saying, y'all, that Offset said, baby, this is the grown man's Lambo. Now, he's saying there's only 63 of these cars in the world. He said his wife is the truth, and he said that she's the best to ever do it. So
what color you and Mike want? Eva, Brett, what color y'all pick y'all colors?
I take white, Ricky.
I'll take a little champagne color.
Let me do about 50 more karaoke's.
Okay. I'm counting them.
Check that
Next one,
out.
I'm starting.
But a lot of people are saying, no, she should have never done it. She should have never even bought this man this car. Because first of all, because allegedly, remember when they had the problems early in the year when he allegedly stepped out on her, and like they saying with a car the same way with like a pair of shoes. Don't buy a man a pair of shoes because he's going to walk out your life in them, and this man going to drive off with another woman in that Lamborghini. But, you know, I'm sure they love one another. And
well, he bought her a car, so same goes for her. So,
But she didn't cheat, allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Gary, let them be happy. They are happy. They went through their struggle, and they are out in public and loving on each other. Let them be.
Yeah, they happy. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, speaking of happy, baby, Miss Lizzo, honey, she's responded to her fans who criticized her for doing a 10-day smoothie detox, honey, accusing this girl, honey, of promoting diet culture on her social media. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Lizzo recently went to Mexico, and she said that that once she got back, her stomach wave, it was just tearing up. She said this girl was running to the bathroom all day. So she said she decided to do a smoothie detox, honey, to cleanse and reset her system. Well, now they're saying, y'all, the video got mixed reviews and comments because they say some of her fans were happy to see her slim down during a detox, while some of the fans were disappointed that she chose an unhealthy way to lose weight. But now some people saying that she may have, but Brad, they said she may have done the Monique. Now they're saying, honey, you know, she after seeing the comments, they say she quickly took to her TikTok to let the people know that big girls do what they want to do with their bodies, honey. And she said, quote, "Big girls do whatever you want to do with your body. I'm just as proud of my results from my smoothie detox as I am of my belly curves and swerves." So, you know, people say, yeah, girl, right. Just like Monique said, girl, big girls go heavy. And honey, she weighed 20 pounds now. And now they say Lizzo, honey, is doing the same thing, allegedly, telling the big girls to stay big. But, honey, listening to what the people saying that you're too big and losing weight. So, and she said she ate a lot.
She did the detox so that she can get healthy because her stomach was messed up. That has nothing to do with her pushing diet culture.
She clearly loves her body. She show her shape all the time. She's not really worried about nobody. Say she had a stomach issue and she wanted to clear it up and she lost a few pounds from it. So what?
Well, I never detoxed when I ate a lot of spicy foods. I just used the bathroom. Why couldn't she just use the bathroom like everybody else does? And there you have it.
But that's why your stomach looks like yours.
No, ma'am, niece. I don't smell, girl. Let's be clear about that one, honey.
Now, you done walked past us a couple times and that ad and follow you.
What you say, Rick?
Remember that time in the
studio? Leaving the gym, girl. You picked me up a couple of times after you done left the gym on the treadmill because you wash all your color clothes with your white clothes and your socks. You don't wash your socks at all.
But I wash everything together. But honey, I might not smell like Downy fabric softener, but girl, I ain't smell like no other stuff, honey. So, child, let's
you don't separate your laundry?
No. I got time to be separating. I had to do that growing up, so now
so you wash
I
your
rebel
towels
against
with
it.
your clothes?
Yes, ma'am. I put everything together.
You had a little lint balls on it.
That's gross.
Gary, you gonna mess up your good stuff.
But it's washed though, as long as it's clean, honey.
Right, long as it's clean, but you can't mess up. You got expensive stuff, Gary. So you washing towels with your good clothes, your good shirts and pants? That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
I'm not Ricky, honey. Smelling like a Downy fabric softener bag when he walked by. But, honey, y'all that's just good for y'all. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Silver Bells. On the high end, you say Silver Bells. On the low, you say Beautiful Silver. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the
It's Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Unetta Spring.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is Talking Out Tuesday. Listen, y'all, help me welcome licensed professional counselor Unetta Spring. Unetta, good morning.
Hey, Ricky, good morning. Hey, y'all, what's up?
Man, we happy to have you this morning. It's the last day of August in this month. Our theme has been alignment, and one way to stay in alignment is to not compare yourself to others. So go ahead and talk about it this morning.
Yeah. So we're wrapping up this August alignment. I so enjoyed this thing, and I just wanted to share with y'all. So this came up for me while riding with my daughter in the car. Okay, so I got a teenager. She's learning how to drive, and anybody who's ever taught a teen how to drive, how it will have your nerves bad, right?
Oh Lord,
it will have you on edge. And one thing I found myself repeating to her was, "Stay in your lane, love. Stay in your lane. Okay, you're drifting off. Okay, watch your speed. All right, pay attention to what's around you. Things like that." And I noticed that she was very worried about like the cars that were around her, what they were doing. And so much that was causing her to drift off and looking in her rearview mirror too much, worried about if somebody was going to stop or where were they, or kind of looking behind her. It caused her to lose focus on where she was headed, or where she was going. So as a new driver, I want her to be aware of what's happening around her, but I don't want her to be anxious, right? And we can be aware of what other people are doing without being worried about what they're doing, you know? So awareness is good, but it's the anxiety about the awareness that can become problematic, So I wanted to tie all this into alignment because it made me think about the social comparison theory. And what the social comparison theory basically says is that we as humans, we just have a natural tendency to kind of compare ourselves to others, kind of size ourselves up by looking at others and kind of use that that social aspect as a meter to kind of see where we're going and how we're doing. And comparison doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it depends on how you're comparing yourself, right?
Right.
And an unhelpful way of comparing ourselves is kind of when we get into the compare and despair. And basically that's when we compare ourselves with others with the intent to show how much better they are than us, or, how we aren't doing well because they're doing X, Y, and Z, or whatever the case may be. So comparison from that aspect can lead to anxiety, So as we're seeking to stay aligned, I think we have to be really clear of where we're going, what's around us, right? I got all this from driving with my baby.
Right. It's good.
Also, just being sure that we remain aligned, like we focus on where we're going, staying in our lane and not so much getting wrapped up and caught up with what everybody else is doing because it will throw us off, So I'm going to just share with you guys 3 things to ensure that you remain aligned. This is what you need to do to make sure you stay in your lane. Number 1 is focus on where you're going. It's not about what somebody else is doing. Where do you want to be? Where are you going? Number 2, don't give too much attention to what is behind you. That rearview mirror is designed just for you to glance at, but not for you to focus on and for you to look at, right? And then the next one is relax, okay? When you relax your body or when your body is tense, it sends a message to your brain that I'm in danger, that something is not going to work out, that I have a reason to be afraid. So just really relaxing your body can help to calm your mind. So that's what I have for you. That's just some ways to kind of stay focused and stay aligned and get where you are designed to be and not where everybody else feel like you should be or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Listen now, Talking Out Tuesday is not meant to be a replacement for therapy, but I'm sorry. Now, Talking Out Tuesday is not meant to be a replacement for going to therapy, but we hope that it opens up your mind to the idea, and you can always get more information on Yanetta's website, springforthcounseling.org. Yanetta, you need to send that message over to Bishop Walker. That's a good message right there. Looking at all the cars beside you and looking in the rearview mirror, worried about what's behind you, and you're not focused on what's in front of you. But if you keep looking in the mirror, you're going to hit what's in front of you. When you need, you're looking at behind you, but you're not looking at that because the windshield is much bigger than the rearview mirror because when you're going forward, you need that view. But if you're looking in the rearview mirror, it's smaller because you're looking backwards in the car behind you. Smoking cigarettes and getting a baby cereal in the morning. Ooh, that'll be good,
That's a whole word.
Okay, she said a whole word, not a half a word, a whole.
A whole word, yes.
One time, y'all, Yanetta Spring. Morning show coming up.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, this is the interview of all interviews, the interview we've been waiting on. Legendary, he already laughing, comedic icon. Y'all give it up and show your love. Up with us early this morning, the one and only Martin Lawrence.
One time! Yeah!
Hey, man.
How y'all doing? Doing?
Man, we good, big bro. How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. It's early over here, man, on the West Coast. So, I just got out of bed, so I probably sound all groggy and everything.
Right. Yeah, we've been up for a minute, man. You don't want this early in the morning job. We don't have a nightlife. We can't go to the club. We have to leave the strip club and come straight to work, Martin. We happy to have you on this morning, man. Hey, first of all, I have to personally say thank you for the opportunity to be on your Lit AF tour and just to watch you work and be on the road with you and just be around you. What is it like for you?
Well, to watch you work, brother. I love what you're doing out there, man. The crowds are loving you. The audience, they loving what you're doing. They loving what all y'all are doing, man. And it's just a blessing to see, man. Y'all get out there and do y'all thing. So, I hope everybody gets a chance to come out and see y'all, get out and do y'all thing.
Yes, sir, man. We got Dallas, we got Houston back-to-back. These are going to be big shows, big sold-out shows. So I'm so excited about just all the rotating comedians, Benji Brown, who is a part of this morning show, Bruce, Earthquake, Adele Givens, B. Simone, Michael Blackson.
D-Ray Davis.
Man.
Yes. Yeah. I kind of got beef with D-Ray because he said something really ugly about the sweater I wore in Jacksonville, Martin. If the sweater was ugly, y'all should have just got together and just been honest with me.
Now, Martin, man, we know as a legend, you got all these phenomenal people that's on stage. Ricky just named some of them. But what's been some of the funniest moments backstage while on this tour?
Right.
I don't know. I don't really get to see a lot of the funniest moments because I'm too busy just heading to the stage, bringing the acts on or whatever, But I think Ricky running around entertaining everybody is some of the funniest stuff, you know.
And Martin, that time we went to the scary house, but you and D-Ray didn't want to go in.
Oh yeah, I don't mess with that.
I don't blame you.
I had to let y'all do that.
So Martin went with us, and we thinking everybody going in the scary house. So Martin, I think once Martin seen that clown come around the corner on the outside, Martin's like, I'm good. And probably once we went in, and after the first something jumped out, that was it for D-Ray. And Michael Blackson stayed on Instagram the whole time, so he wasn't scared of nothing. So it was just a weird night.
Hey, look, so Martin, this Special K, man. Hey, look, a lot of people took on hobbies and found creative stuff to do at that time during the, downtime during the pandemic when everything kind of grinded to a halt in 2020. What was something that you was like able to, get done during that time that you had been wanting to do, maybe?
Eat a lot of McDonald's.
So nothing creative, nothing inventive, nothing. Just eat a lot of McDonald's.
I'm just joking. I did a commercial, a DraftKings commercial in that time, and I did one of my first drama films called Mind Cage. It's called dope. Mind Cage, and so y'all should check it out. It's going. I think it's going to be a good movie, so y'all should check it out.
That's the first dramatic thing you've done?
Yeah, full out dramatic movie that I've done. This is with John Malkovich.
Do we got a release date for that movie yet?
Not yet. No, not yet.
So Martin, I have to ask. So when the kids come home, your daughters come home, everybody come home. I'm sure every comedian have one dish that the kids like. Hey, Dad, can you go and hook this up for us? What is that one dish your kids ask you to make? And how good is it?
Well, if they don't ask, because I don't cook that much right now. But if they did ask, it probably would be my spaghetti. Probably.
Okay. Is that's your dish too, Rock T, right?
Come on, man. Spaghetti is the dish right there, Jack. Now, is your spaghetti spicy? What you put in it? Come on, give us the goods on the ingredients.
No, Rock T, the question.
I can't tell you what I put in it, but it ain't spicy, though. I don't make it spicy.
Now, are we doing the Italian spaghetti or the black spaghetti where you put the sauce, meat, and the noodles all in one pot with the light bread, or you separate you separate and then do the garlic bread. Which one? Because you got to pick one.
I think the separate where you put the spaghetti on top of the noodles, and then you put the garlic bread on the side.
But black folks spaghetti all in one pot with the bell peppers with your grandmama.
Yeah,
that's how I like mine. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Our favorite television show of all time, the Martin sitcom, of course.
Of course.
Now, you correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, but you had 9 characters: Roscoe, Shanae, Bob for marketing, your Mama Payne, Otis the security guard, Jerome, my favorite.
Damn right, you know them all.
Come on, man, Dragonfly Jones. A lot of people forget Elroy Preston, the mechanic, and of course King Beef, who's also one of my favorites, man. What is Martin Lord's favorite character that you played on the Martin sitcom?
Wow, that's hard to say because I love so many of them. But I would have to say Shanae was one of my favorites. I would have to say Jerome was one of my favorites. I would have to say Otis and Dragonfly Jones.
Hey, Ron, when Jerome walked in the club and asked that dude about him owing him some money, and the dude just ignored him, man, I think I hit the floor on that.
Rick, no. When Shanae, when Martin had to borrow money from Shanae, that put me under the bed.
Yeah,
that one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I just recently, about 3 months ago, saw the episode. I don't know how I missed that one. Gina, that ain't no puppy episode. Man, I almost ran through my house and dove out a window, man. Bruh.
Hey, Bob for marketing. Bob for marketing, man. The white dude, Bob for marketing. This whole freaking party's out of control.
hey, Ma, we could go all day, man. Hey, man, love you, big bro, man. Let everybody know how you can be reached so they can get dates for the Lit AF tour and how they can follow you because you always posting, what you got coming up. So let everybody know how they can reach you and how they can follow you.
At Martin Lawrence. That's official Instagram at Martin Lawrence.
There it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Martin.
Hey, Hey, much love, Ricky. Love y'all, man. And thank y'all for all the love and support. And I hope everybody comes out and sees the show. They're going to have a really great time, man.
Absolutely, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary Martin Lawrence.
One time! Kiki, top 3 things, Kiki! Kiki, what's up? Good morning.
Good morning.
And what's your top 3 today?
My top 3 is the top 3 ways church girls be flirting in church.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
Oh, excuse me.
Well,
You excuse.
So you took somebody to church and they was flirting with your man or something?
They always do.
Right.
They always
And then they
do.
get the Holy Ghost later.
Then they get the Holy Ghost later.
Right.
Yeah. They always do that.
Right. Well, what's number 3, Kiki?
I'll give it to you. Number 3. They be like, walking up the dude, talking about, how you doing? You must be new here. You gonna be here next week? Cause if you here next Sunday, if so, where you gonna be sitting at? Cause I wanna sit over there.
Yeah, that's more than a flirt. That's like shooting a shot.
Okay, so what if it is? Dog.
So you be doing this stuff?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I might be.
Right, because you got to go out and get the man.
If it's God's will.
If it's what, Kiki?
If it's God's will for my life.
And what's number 2, Kiki?
Number 2, you got to tell this little fan dude, excuse me, sir. If I start shouting, feel free to catch me. For real, catch me.
Right.
Catch me.
If you get in the
and lay me down, so please.
Right. If they start saying,
Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Catch me. What are you doing? Catch me. Hello,
right.
Catch me.
Right. And what you going to have on, Kiki?
Some hunching clothes.
And church?
That's all I got to wear.
Right. And what you are?
Come as you are.
Say what?
Come as you are.
That's right.
Come as you is.
And what's number 1, Kiki?
And the number 1 way church girls be flirting in church, they be walking up to the dude after church. Excuse me, can you teach me how to play the drums, Mr. Thomas?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a nice little way to play. He be like,
hey, come over here, young lady. See, that's a rim shot. But what you need is the bass drum. Let me put some bass in your line.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
So almost everyone is afraid of something like a fear of spiders or going to the dentist. That freak people out. Getting shots. For most people, these fears are minor, but when the fears become so bad, they cause anxiety and interfere with your normal life. They are called phobias, right? So a phobia is an intense fear of something that in reality causes little or no actual danger. Most phobias develop in childhood, but they can also develop in later life. Now, if you have a phobia, we want to hear about it. Call us up at 866-9-RICKY and let us know what it is. Tyra Banks said that she has a phobia for dolphins. Yeah.
You gotta watch out for them things, man.
Yeah, dolphins really bring. Sean Diddy Combs said that he fears women with a long second toe.
That's a whole lot of them.
Yes, it's a lot of them, but them be the ones got that fire though.
Yeah.
You stupid. Those the ones got that fire. Yes, sir.
Listen, some of us have a long second
Yeah.
toe, okay?
Oprah admits to having a fear of chewing gum while growing up. I don't understand that one. Of her chewing gum or somebody else chewing gum?
Well, they say, when you're little, they say if you swallow gum, it takes like 7 years to digest in your system, and it can clog your system up. That's what I was always
When
told.
you poop, you'll blow a bubble. Hey, all right, what are y'all, Gary, what are your fears?
Ricky, I fear rats. Oh, I hate rats.
Y'all had enough of them.
Yes, we did. My daddy used to shoot up in the ceiling with the BB gun, and I couldn't wait to move away from home to get away from it. I just don't like rats. Ugh.
I remember laying in the bed with my grandmama, and my Uncle Blue was sitting in there watching HBO in the room where the TV was with a BB gun in his lap and had some cheese right there, and where he had a straight shot, and about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, he was, pow! Grandma said, I think he got him. that was funny. Eva, what do you have a phobia of?
I am the arachnophobia girl. I have a fear of spiders, but it is a healthy fear because when I was about 13, I went on a trip with my mom to the Bahamas, and I was bitten by a centipede. And I ended up in the hospital for a day and a half. My legs swelled up, foot, everything. So anything with more than 4 legs.
So you freak out when you see Rebe Jackson coming down them steps. Centipede.
My ass under crying.
Yes, sir. What about you, Brad? What do you have a phobia of?
Man, my thing is spiders too. I got bit when I was in prison, man, and that thing had got in my arm, and it.
You saw the spider?
I didn't see the spider, but when I went to talk to the nurse, you could see it running up towards my arm, like towards my chest. They had to take me to the hospital.
Wait a minute. So after the spider bit you, it was still on you somewhere?
No, the spider wasn't on me, but where it had bit me on my arm, you could see there was a red line that was going up towards my chest. I mean, it was slowly growing. So that's why they took me to the hospital. I was like, oh my God, I got bit by a real spider. Like, I don't play with spiders. If it's me and one of them in the room, they dying. It's them or me.
That's your new nickname, Little Miss Muffin.
Yes.
What about you, Rock?
Came a spider.
What about you, Rock?
Man, I got a weird phobia of walking in the grass where there's dog poop. Like, every time I'm walking in the grass, I'm always walking down. It's just a crazy phobia, just a fear of stepping in dog poop, man. I'm like...
Yeah, that's bad.
What
about you, Kay?
Man, rats too, but you know what what really freaks me out is IV needles.
Oh, they don't
I
bother
hate
me.
getting an IV needle in my hand or my arm. That just...
You know what mine is, man? Yesterday I was driving. I was in between. Shout out to Coach Mo Williams for allowing me to come speak to the kids at State University yesterday. I drove from Atlanta to Montgomery on yesterday. That was awesome. But while a hearse was behind me and it started raining, all of a sudden the clouds got dark. It started raining. I freaking freaked out. Man, I'm doing about 75, and you know, I don't go past 70. Or whatever, but then it started raining. I used to slow down to 60 and just stay in the right lane. Man, I don't know. That Hearst probably thought that he could get behind me and trail me. And I'm like, you don't even understand, bro. I'm trying to get that damn car. It just gave me the creeps, and it had the lights on in the front, like I was leading a funeral. Man, by the time I made it through Auburn and was headed through Montgomery, man, I just needed to get the Hearst out of my sight. I can do a casket. I can do a dead body. I can do flowers. But it's something about that damn hearse, man. I dream about them at night. It seems like even when you in a funeral procession, you in the family car, I be thinking like all the hearse doors going to open, and then the window of the funeral car going to open. There's going a wind going to suck all y'all in the hearse. And then the Undertaker from wrestling be driving. He turn around and give you that look, and that little man with that. What's the little man name with the vase? Roxy, that be with the Undertaker.
Oh man, I forgot his name, man.
The one with that little real man. Oh my God, yeah.
Hey, hearses are creepy though. I'm with
hearses are a beautiful, beautiful ass station wagon. I wish you would put my body in one of those. Dead or alive, you'll never get me to do that. Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
I am afraid of little kids with those silver cap teeth. I don't know what it is. I'm afraid of that. Balloons. I am so scared of balloons. The popping, the rubbing, all of that. My children have had no balloons at their birthday parties. Happy birthday.
Albinos. Something about their skin color. Every time I see them, I go the other way. I am afraid of a lot of small things put together, like yarn, just a lot of stuff bunched up. I can't stand that. I have trypophobia.
I'm a arachnophobic. My name is Cynthia from the STL, and I am so petrified of spiders, even the toy ones.
Those big old cockroaches, especially when they fly, like, ugh.
Clowns. I will kick a clown's ass in a heartbeat. Ain't that much happiness in the world. I'm not playing.
Is some people afraid of tomatoes? Like some people afraid of, I think my daughter is afraid of dogs. We got a cute little puppy, and she just don't like dogs. And my other daughter love dogs. Everybody just have these weird phobias or whatever. So hit us up on our Facebook page, 866-9-RICKY, 866. If you were not able to, to join us, hit us on social media at RickySmileyMorningShow.com. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has a T and the clue of the day. What up, Gary? What's wrong with your microphone? Your internet? Gary.
Unmute, Gary. Oh, damn, Gina.
He was.
And we was ready.
Yes. Well, baby, let me try to do it. Let me try to do it. So until they come back. Well, baby, good morning, Ricky. How y'all doing this morning? It's Gary with the T, baby. Well, let me tell y'all what's going on right now with LL Cool J. Honey, he went to Twitter and told people who was against wearing masks. He said he had something to say to them. Child, let me tell you what he said. He said, how can you be pro-life but willing to wear a mask? I don't know what he talking about, but Ricky, listen to this, Ricky. He received a ton of responses on his tweet. One person wrote, because we can't breathe and we're going to die wearing that mask. LL said, well, stay home and live. You know what I'm saying? Another person wrote, how do you compare deliberately killing a tiny human being to wearing a mask? Child, baby, they better put these masks on out here because this world ain't safe, honey. Ricky, you got your mask on?
I got my mask on.
Brad, what about you? I got mine on too, Gary. What about you, Eva?
I got mine on, baby. I got mine on.
Rock T?
Yes, Gary.
Special K?
All right now.
Oh, Special K, you so funny. You always think you're so funny. You ain't funny, Special K. Ricky just be playing with you. Ricky, what about this show? When your show coming on? You said it's on in Africa, right?
Right, yeah, my show.
The show that you and Ray J got?
Right, it's coming
And
on.
how much do you make from residuals, Ricky? $10. Well, Lord, I'm gonna have to wrap this tea up, Lord, because, ooh, baby, I gotta go take my medicine, baby. You know I ain't take it last night, Ricky, and I gotta take it during the day so y'all don't drive me crazy. Okay? Woo, Lord, what we got coming up next day?
No, you got the Kahlua of the day.
The Kahlua of the day is Princess Poochie Pink. Yes, it's Princess Poochie Pink. Do y'all know what that means? Because on the low end, it means pink. Yeah. All right, y'all, I'm Gary with the T. Yes, it's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Thank you, darling.
All right, y'all, it's about that time. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Y'all give it up and show your love right now for comedian extraordinaire Special K with news, your positively. Absolutely cannot use. Special K, good morning.
Good morning. Tired of having my integrity impugned. My staff works hard on these stories.
Oh, right.
Even though they may be fake, they're real to me.
Spell impugned.
Oh, it's a little too early in the morning for that. I can't even try it.
Oh,
but I tell you
Don't
what,
let the devil distract you, Special K. Keep going.
Yeah. If you like it or if you hate it, you can heap scorn or praise to me at Special K913 on Twitter and Instagram. Let's get into the news. Sponsored today by the Olive Garden restaurants, who have a new live opera singer that serenades your table. That's nice. The tagline is, our singer performs Italian love ballads while you wait for our server to come toss your salads.
Right.
That's enjoyable.
You like that, Gary?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
This is kind of a crazy story. New Year's Eve party at the home of our very own Eva Marcel's older brother, Terrence Howard, went bad. Went bad when his Empire castmate Gabori Sidibe was smacked in the face by comedian actress Monique, who had been drinking heavily apparently and saw Gabby chilling at the snack table and thought that she was still playing in the movie Precious.
Oh, man. I ain't laughing at
I don't
that.
think she'll be invited back.
No.
That's allegedly.
I ain't laughing.
Authorities in Charlotte, North Carolina. What?
Ricky.
So wait a minute, Monique.
Oh, God.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, Monique saw Gabby.
alone.
So Monique was drinking at the party. She saw Gabby Sidibe. She was sitting there eating.
Yeah.
And she went over. She went over there.
Slapped the hell out of her.
Slapped her because she thought they were still taping Precious.
Yeah, man, that alcohol ain't nothing to play with. Gotta watch your drinking, folks.
She had a relapse.
Hey, Rock T, we got a crime story.
All right.
Out of Charlotte, North Carolina, a 34-year-old man identified as Jack Daniels was eluding a traffic stop on Cognac Circle, where he sideswiped a landscape truck, injuring a Mexican immigrant identified as Jose Cuervo. Police Sergeant Jim Bean Police Sergeant Jim Beam says an investigation is underway to determine if alcohol was indeed a factor.
That's a lot there.
And finally, Gary with the T. Our very own Gary with the T and a couple of his equally sexually fluid friends were out shopping recently and had an embarrassing situation at a clothing store in a mall of Dallas. Apparently, they walked.
His frat sisters.
Yeah, his frat sisters.
Sorority.
Well, Ricky, apparently they walked into a store and abruptly stopped at the entrance and held up their hands and spread their feet out. After standing there for a few minutes, one of the store employees came over and asked why they did that. And then they mentioned a sign that they had apparently misread that stated all bags must be checked at the door.